All righty. So, good evening, everybody. Wait for some people to catch up. Wasn't a planned event, but I was going through my analytics and it says I get more views generally between like 8 o'clock in the evening and midnight. And I realized I've only done one live chat during that time, which was a lot of fun. And seeing how my internet is cooperating, I figured I'd pop in and do another one and kind of go over the week so far, uh, make some comments on how the week's been going, some of the things I learned, uh, mostly positive things uh, about the YouTube community and everything. So Monday was my usual big bench day. I went at it hard and heavy, hit everything I wanted to do. I was feeling really great. Did tire me out a lot. Spent most of Monday night eating and getting calories to recover. I did squats today. Even though I really was still trying to recover from yesterday, I said, I need to go in there and do it. So today I started with a breakfast chat. Got to learn a lot about some of my community members. It really kind of brings us in closer, gets it on more than just somebody out there. You kind of get to learn about some of their struggles and that. So I wanted to sit there and talk about it tonight. I've got one of my followers out there, the body beat down. I put his uh, link in there. Might want to go and hit him with subscribe and that. He does some short and sweet videos to the point in that. I really like his attitude. So I figured he had put me up on his, and right away I gained about like 8 subscribers, which I thought was great. So basically, I figured I'd do a maybe 20, 30 minute, depends how it works out. If chat sits there and takes off, I'll definitely go a little bit longer. So, still going to sit there and sing kind of the same tunes: nutrition, rest, and exercise. I've been going to 2 gyms on a regular basis, getting to know the people there, both young and old. Kind of checking on form, the weights they're doing, how they're working out, the support system in each one. And really, that's what's important when you get into a gym is how is the support system? What I mean by that is the staff helpful? Are they paying attention to you? Are they there to answer your question when you're there? The people that are working out next to you, are they just into their own thing, or are they willing to be a community? A lot of times when people go to the gyms, uh, what a coincidence! Got back from the gym as you go live, fantastic. So I got one of my main guns there, Cheyenne. Uh, she's still in the beautiful state of Hawaii, and just got back from the gym. She's about 4 hours, I believe, between us. And thank you for making it in that. I appreciate it. Hi, sweetie. Uh, so today was good. I had a nice breakfast chat. And oh yeah, look, I have been there. So Cheyenne there came in, which is my cousin. Last time you met him, you were probably pretty young, but he's my older cousin by one day, and he's down in Texas. So I just want to sit down and talk about the mental game. And the mental game is you having that conversation when you get up in the morning, or during the afternoon, or during the evening, and you make that decision that I am going to do something productive, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's hiking a trail, whether it's getting on a bicycle, doing calisthenics, or just getting something done that you were planning on doing. I think a lot of times it's easy to get in the comfy chair and just think, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow don't come. So you want to get up and you want to get moving, and you're going to feel better about it. If you're in here, please hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Everybody say hello to my youngest daughter, Cheyenne. She's on the live chat, and she did a lot of the cool stuff on the background on my channel, and also my card, which she designed in like minutes. And it's like perfect. So I really enjoy that. My cousin Carl down in Texas, hello. So, the mental game. The mental game is when you decide to go, and I'm going to go work out. Yeah, regardless if it's late, regardless if it's early, regardless if I'm tired, I'm going to go in the gym and I'm going to get this taken care of. And that is over half the battle. Once you're in the gym, you will work out. Natural Girl, good evening. Thanks for dropping in again. Good to see you again. She was here at my morning chat. The card looks good. Glad you like it. It does look good. I really do like it. It's perfect. Now I need to get a T-shirt made of it. That one place, I don't know. I hope you got my email. I had forwarded it to you on a few occasions. If not, then maybe I'll shoot it over to my J MacBean email. But if not, I think there's a T-shirt place in Ottawa that I might go and have them made. So a couple of things I'm trying to think of driving up membership. I was watching some other channels, and when they hit certain membership levels, they would do some kind of fun things, some giveaways, and nothing huge, but definitely got everybody involved. So I've been kind of in that 3,350 to 3,400, for like 6-7 weeks. So if I get to 3,500, I'm going to do a giveaway. It's probably going to be like Amazon gift cards, because it's something I can send to anybody, whether they're here in the States or if they're out in Europe. A lot of people, when they're trying to give away physical things, they can't because, I got people from Germany, the Netherlands, UK, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and obviously postage would kill you. See, I got 6 in the chat now. Had some briefly. That's great. Hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Trying to get back on track with my fitness. Was struggling with depression for a while, and I want to get back. And I do understand that. I understand that, the depression can suck the life out of you. And what I'll say is just go back into the fitness and small steps. Set yourself very easy goals. Give yourself plenty of time to do it. I took a break for a couple of years. When I went back, I started back with the bench with just 135. And I did one set, and I did a set of curls with a weight, and I did a set of triceps with a weight, and then the next day I did 2 sets of everything, and then the next time I did 3 sets, and I went at it slowly so I wouldn't get overly sore. If you haven't done anything for a while and you go in there all motivated and just knock out 10 sets of everything, the next day you can barely move. So whether it's just getting up and doing some walking, just go for a walk for a mile or so and just, get out in the weather, whether it's, doing some elliptical or just, picking up some 5-pound dumbbells and doing some curls and overheads and just get the body moving. 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week will be beneficial to your heart, your mind and body. When people are in the gym and they're saying, well, do you train? I said, I do. It goes, well, how do you train? I said, well, first of all, let's some information from you. What is it you are wanting to accomplish? What are your goals? Not my goals. What are your goals? I know what my goals are, but the way I train, you don't want to train the way I do because your goals might be different. What are you doing now? Tell me about your nutrition. Tell me about how you're eating. What's breakfast look like? What's lunch look like? What's dinner look like? How much sleep are you getting at night? These are questions that any trainer should be asking you so they can make the right program for you. Do you want to where you just want to lose some weight? You want to tone up? You want to get limber, you want to get bulky, you want to get strong. Yeah, 30 minutes, 3 days a week is doable, and it will have a benefit. Uh, and if you throw a fourth day in there, it has a little bit more. Generally, a lot of people will probably overtrain on the end of it when they first start out than undertrain. If you're just getting back into it, I would say do a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, however you do it, and go in and do 30 minutes of real exercise, not 10 minutes of exercise and 20 minutes of conversation. And you'll find yourself in a period of about 3 months feeling a lot better about yourself. Your circulation will improve. Your ability to get up in the morning will improve. You'll sleep better. Your appetite will increase for the right foods. There's so many good benefits for this, and this is it's what you want to do. You want to start out slow. So obviously, nutrition, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I always start out with about 600 to 700 calories, which is going to consist of a lot of clean carbohydrates and protein, at least about 50 grams of protein. I'll get that through eggs and milk. Everybody's been following me knows I love my Fairlife milk. I drink about a gallon of that a day. I just had a glass of it. I just got done eating. The wife and I were at Bible study, as we usually do on Tuesday night, which my daughter's well aware of. And yes, exercise helps you deal with depression, helps you deal with stress. It helps your immunity system. There's just so many things that it does, and it makes you feel better about yourself. And feeling better about yourself is always a great thing. Don't forget your vitamins and minerals. So, a multivitamin, which I would take with food, vitamin C, zinc, and D3 for immunity, and also muscle repair, along with magnesium and potassium and a B complex. Anything after that, probably not necessary. There are other products out there, but it gets to a point where, the basics are pretty much what I do. And it's been working for me for a very long time. At as I say, level 60, I'm extremely happy where I'm at in my fitness things, but I still set new goals and I still try to get better. But I give myself, a year to gain 5 pounds in strength, a year to sit there and be able to, maybe I cut a minute off my mile. I understand that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Hey, Body Beatdown, how you doing? So this is the young man I was talking about. I did the Body Beatdown's got a channel where he does some short but sweet videos there. So please give him a view on his videos and a thumbs up and a subscribe to help his channel out. He was very kind with my channel, and he's always commenting on my videos and has interesting takes on things. So I do enjoy him being here. Yeah, he's the one that kind of motivated me to say, I haven't done one of these in the evenings for a while. Yeah, so I figured I'm going to do it. It's only not quite 9 o'clock here in the great Midwest. Nature girl. Here we go. And like I said, this morning's chat was nice because I haven't been able to do one at home for a while. It's always been in the gym. And you kind of miss that. You're more comfortable in your home. I think more people are more comfortable looking at you at home. And with the Nature Girl and with Runner Boy and myself and a few others, we had a really good talk about what was going on in everybody's life. And I think that's really where the community is about. I was really happy to have that conversation this morning. And it helped me, motivate me to get in the gym. I did squats today. So, my joke is I can't say I didn't do squat because I did. My daughter loves when I do that. She may be paying attention or not. If she isn't, I'm getting away with it. Got 8 thumbs up in there. Appreciate a few more if you're just jumping in. But I do, more than anything, I do like the interaction in the live chat, whether it's with me or with each other. So this is usually where I do my my reading. So I thought I'd share with you some books I like to read. Some of these books I've read more than once. One here is one by Hey American. Hey Harvey Black, how you doing? My buddy sent me this book that I served in the 101st Airborne with. and it was a real eye opener. It's a fiction, but I'll call it a realistic fiction, and it kind of lets you know how things can change quickly, which I think a lot of us are seeing. And that was one of my more enjoyable books. When you're looking at trying to prepare for things in life, remember, water, food, and equipment, but fitness is also something that you need to prepare for. You need to be able to sit there and be in decent shape. Can you walk a mile? Can you hike a trail? Can you lift 50 pounds off the floor or whatever it is? These are questions that you're looking at going, well, I used to be able to. Well, what about now? You know, where are you in your fitness shape, and then where are you in your fitness goals? Uh, Going home, yep, a novel survival series, and I've read all 10 of them. I know he's got other ones out there, but it got redundant. But I tell you, the first couple books are eye openers. Harvey's always decided to. Harvey's in blue because he's one of my moderators. He volunteered for that, just like my daughters are too. So I appreciate that. He's my first one that's not related to me. And then here's a book I had read a really long time ago, and it's called The Chronicles of Amber. And it's a series of about 10 books. And this is just for enjoyment. It really is. But there are some life lessons in there that I found pretty much eye-opening to say. But I read that book back in 1979 when I was stationed in Fort Stewart, Georgia, 24th Mechanized Infantry. They came in 2 volumes. They came from the Science Fiction Book Club. Yes, I'm a nerd. And they came in Friday's mail. And I spent the whole weekend in my room reading those books. The only thing I did is I got up to go eat, and I came back and read it. I have probably read this series, I would say, at least 50 times. Of course, when you reread something, it goes by a lot faster. But Harvey, since you helped me out here with the survival series and that, if you could also go to Body Beatdown and paste his link to everybody. Yes, that's right. I am a nerd, and so are you, daughter. But like you, we're dangerous ones. My youngest is. Learned a lot of skills from me, and she's probably developing even more. And she's been going on her trip in that. But she's been always my one that wants to go out there and do most of the shooting with me, throwing knives, fighting sticks. But she's a wonderful person. Just don't piss her off. But yeah, Harvey Black, if you could post the Body Beatdowns link for everybody, I'd appreciate that. I don't know how to do that yet. A couple shout outs to some of the channels that I peruse. Prepper Nurse 1 and Gray Man Prepping. I'm actually going to do next Thursday. I think I'm going to have a live chat with Gray Man Prepping. Shayna is the artist, and Cheyenne is more of the, as we would say it, the assassin. But they're both my redheads, and they're extremely talented individuals, and I'm very proud of them both. But yeah, I think Thursday night, supposed to be 9:30 Central Time. I should be a guest appearance on. I would. Good answer, sweetheart. It is an art. There's a book called that. I believe it's called The Art of War. I'm sure you've read it. Where did I go? Okay, one more time. So, there we go. So everybody beat down. Let's get his numbers up there. I really like his content, and I like his positive attitude towards things, and definitely want to sit there and return the support that I got from the other channels. And that's where I was at. Prepper Nurse 1 and Gray Man Prepping gave me a lot of support. That's how I got RV Black too to come out and help me out, which I appreciate. I also talked to Prepper Nation in the morning with John, and of course we'll go on other YouTubes, and then we'll come out with that war cry. Oops, I didn't spell that right. There we go. And people are trying to figure out what beaverines were. We explained that to Nature Girl this morning, where that comes from. That comes from Prepper Nation. And then I also watch the Alaska Prepper, Rudy. He does a lot of good things, and I got a couple of his recipes. I did do a video of me making his apple pie cake, which is a real simple recipe, and definitely it's something I enjoy. The wife and I enjoy about once a month. We make that. I mean, basically all you need is butter, apple pie filling, and white cake, and you got her done. Yeah, that's great, man. Prepping. So we should be next Thursday. We're still working on the email. Yeah, I like Rudy too. He's down to earth. Both a Navy vet and an Army vet. I can definitely relate to him. Real quick about me is the thumbnail that's out there is a picture of my dad. I think that one was probably taken in the 60s. I was probably just a little kid, maybe only a couple years old when that one was taken. He was in World War II as a paratrooper, and then he was also in the Korean War. I went in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, and I was a forward observer. Thankfully, there was no wars going on. 13 Foxtrot. A couple years here stateside, went to Korea for a year and then came back. My last unit was the 101st Airborne. And then, much to my surprise, all three of my children served. Shayna served in the Navy, John served in the Navy, and Cheyenne is still serving in the Air Force. So extremely proud of them. Of course, they went into more technical fields because they're, smarter than I am. And I'm very proud of them, and they're doing really well. But yeah, the service was definitely something that was good for me at the time I did it. And it's maybe one of the reasons why I keep the fitness going. I've only let myself go for a couple years, and it was totally my fault. And then one day I looked in the mirror and I evaluated myself harshly. And I said, I don't like, the person that's looking back at me. What am I going to do about it? And I picked up the weights. I was 39 years old, and I started lifting again. And within 6 months, I was back to the same shape I was that I was prior to letting myself go. And then I started saying, well, how far can I take this? So, at 40, it's the first time I benched 315. I think 44 or 45, I can't remember, the first time I benched 405. Now I'm 60 years old and I'm chasing 485 this year, but I might get me, I might make a run at 500 pounds. We'll see. If I don't, not the end of the world. I'm extremely happy where I'm at. I'm tied for fifth all time, although I had Jimmy Ray get a hold of me, and he feels the one that's got the first place is a typo, that it was not a raw meat. I told them they're going to have to work that out with open powerlifting. I can't, so I'm tied for fifth or fourth. I'm not sure. I do have a meet in March 13th. I'll be competing in Bloomington, Illinois, and I hope to break my national record there and move me into a solid third or second place all time in the 60 to 64, 275 pound class in raw bench. That's my goal for the spring. And then coming the evening, I will be going, or not the evening, coming in the later spring, May or June. There are some national ones out there I may have to travel for. And then I'll probably do the Battle on the Mississippi again in Dubuque, Iowa, just because it's a big, huge event, and Bill Carpenter runs a really good one. Yep, and that's what to do. Body beat down is just it's slowly trying to make yourself better. I'm my biggest critic. And I look at, well, where can I improve, and what's the best way of doing that? When I see people go, well, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds this month, and I look at them and go, well, why would you do that to yourself? It's not healthy to do that. Why don't you lose 5? And in 6 months you lose that 30 pounds and you keep it off, but you did it more healthy. The ones ask me if they want to lose weight, how many calories should they cut? And I said, well, cutting 200 calories off a day. Hop on the scale today, cut off 200 calories a day. 2 weeks later, get on the scale. All right. If you gained weight, then you got to cut more off. If you're the same weight, you still got to cut some more off. And if you lost weight, that's where I'd keep it. It's small corrections will give you. Carl, they haven't given me the date yet. What had happened is the people who run their event, they lost their dad. So they haven't popped that out. I'll shoot them out another email. I got to imagine it's around the end of May is usually when they have that. But once I get it, I'll let you know. Yeah, that's right. Those who drop big amounts of weight, they find it right back, because it's usually they just you can't just diet 7 days a week. You have to. When I did shred, I shredded 30 pounds in about 4 months one summer. I mean, I did it over time, and 5 days a week I was eating vegetables. And on the weekend I was eating whatever I wanted to. I'm thinking Houston. Because I think he lives in Houston, but I could be wrong. But Houston is the one that comes to mind. I don't know. Maybe I can pop in the website and maybe there's an upgrade. Yeah, I used the Cheyenne.MacBean at Gmail. But I've been having some problems with my Gmail account. But I'll double check it. Sometimes my vision isn't the best. I'll double check that later, sweetie. But I sent you back the one that I believe you sent me. Let me see. Go to the internet here. New tab, WAP. Powerlifting. Yeah, I eat a few selective healthy foods on Saturday when I try to eat something bad. Yeah, usually on the weekend I'm gonna have a couple beers. And get the record. So if you go to WUAP powerlifting and hit records, you'll find my name there a lot. I've got, I think, 5 or 6 world records. The coming events, they've got the winter opening. Be Strong. Yeah, and they haven't updated their website. They're still showing here, let me try this one. They're still showing last year's nationals. Yeah, that's still not up to date. It's a nice federation, but they're not very good about keeping their website up to date. So yeah, they're still only showing the what do we got here? National championships and international ones. They got it on the calendar, but they don't have any information on it. But to give you an idea, the countries that compete are going to be Slovakia, Czech Republic, Germany, Austria, Hungary, Switzerland, Russia. And that's the one I like to do it because it's a true world event. I made some friends over in Hungary and Germany on the last world one that he had here in 2019. Because Mom and I went to a restaurant and I could tell that they were Europeans. I knew they were going to be competing, so I just went over and started talking to them, and we made a lot of good friends there. And that's what I like about the powerlifting world is you meet a lot of good people there. I'm going to be down in Be Strong Gym in Bloomington, Illinois on the 13th, and there's some really good lifters there that are going to be there again. That we look forward to seeing each other compete. But yeah, I'll find that one out for you, Carl. No, I'll shoot you a text as soon as they give me some information. They haven't yet, but that was a while ago, so they should be able to get back to me on that. If not, then I'll just have to find a different federation, I guess. I mean, I hold the national records in the UPA, all the state records in the USPA, and I want to get the national record this year. And then I want to blow away my national record and world record in the WAP. So basically, when I go in there, I try to beat the records I already have. Using a short ride on the bike. Okay, and I think that's where it's going to be. I'm pretty sure that's where he moved to. So he's going to keep it close to him. I mean, I know Texas is a huge place. It's, the friggin' size of the Midwest. I know the last few times I've been there, I wasn't really close enough to you. Being up in Dallas or San Antonio. But that one, if I can, I'll ride down to. That'll work out pretty well. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do. I appreciate you coming in and joining in on this evening chat. I just kind of did it off the fly. This is telling me when most of my subscribers are active. So I figured this would probably be a good time to reach out there. Certified organic food. Yep. I tell you, I rather eat the food out of my garden. Now that it's in the middle of the winter, it doesn't bother me as much because it's been a while since I've had fresh vegetables. But, what I'm getting out of the store, I'm not going to call fresh. We do have some hydroponic farms around here, but it's few and far between, to say the best. But once spring and summer comes around, I definitely get the garden in and have a really good time. I've had some pretty big gardens at times. Last year wasn't so much, but I did get a lot of peppers and tomatoes out of it. And I'll probably plant it a little heavier this time. Doing a lot over the years, lots of stories, I'm sure. Yeah, there is. Some I have to edit. Kids haven't heard them all, but they're starting to hear a few. But, I keep telling them I was a saint. But yeah, we just got done with Bible study today and got back to the house. So the wife teaches, so she's doing her lesson plans, and I really done something good on Tuesday nights. Wednesday is a whole different story. Garden without poison sprays. Yeah, I don't use any sprays. Actually, the farmer who farms 7 of my acres, I told them they can't be using Roundup. They're like, well, I said, no. I said, if you do it, you got to do it out further away. I don't want them in my area. If you watch my breakfast chats, I'm always putting eggshells and coffee grinds and that in the. Have I released any pheasants around the house? Yeah, I did for quite a few years. The problem is when you raise pheasants, they're just too dumb to survive. They'll walk right into the coyote's mouth. If you want to raise anything out here, it's coyotes. And about once a month, I gotta stick the boomstick out the window and convince the to get out of the property. I think Cheyenne remembers a time when we had the campfire going. And I called. I can howl like a coyote. I'm not going to do that right now because the wife will come downstairs wondering if I lost my mind. But I called and I had 3 different packs answer us from different directions. And my daughter goes, should we go get the gun? I said, well, we got the fire. Yeah, go get it. I said, there's a lot of them out there. But we're out in the middle of nowhere. We're out here in central Illinois, and there's plenty of coyotes here. We do have pheasants, but they're the wild birds, and for some reason they stay just north of me. Although I have really good, habitat for them. I got water, I've got, fields. Used to put corn out there a lot, but and we get a lot of white-tailed deer. So there's a lot of deer out here. But yeah, those birds are they're not the smartest thing when you try to raise them. The only way to successfully bring pheasants in is you got to catch wild ones and then release them in your area and then hope they stick around. But the main thing is there's a lot of predators out here, and you got to keep them down. And you can't shoot enough coyotes. They breed like rabbits. And I only go after when they get up close to the house. But I do like pheasants. I did go hunting. A buddy of mine, Eugene, and we went to the Iroquois State Park and we did a pheasant hunt. And we got a couple birds. It was probably more exercise than anything else. Barry Meadows. I see you eat a lot of sausage and bacon. Sounds like me. My cholesterol runs high, but so does my dad's. He's 95, no kidding. Yeah. Mine is always, my dad's ran high, mine run high. My brothers don't. But the animal fats are actually better for you than the seed oils. And I'm only eating a couple slices. Something's going to kill you. But during the summer, my diet will switch to pretty heavily on just your meats and vegetables. But to go buy a bunch of lettuce now out of the store and the vegetables and chop it up. And, if you don't eat it in a day, it spoils because, it was, before it even got to the store, it was a month old. So I'll plant lettuce and I'll have peppers, bell peppers, jalapeno peppers. I'll have tomatoes of various types. I'll have pumpkin, cucumbers. If I really get motivated, I'll put the watermelon and cantaloupe back in. Acorn squash, zucchini, I really like. I'll do sweet corn, but it's probably more work than what you get. I'd rather wait till the farmer grows it and get it from him. But there's times I've done it. And then I did some Indian corn. I've got a picture that those corn stalks were about 10, 12 foot high. But it was more for just selling it for decoration. I'm always saving the eggshells and coffee grounds and the potato peels and onion bits, and I throw it back in the garden to bring it back in there. But nutrition is number one. You're going to get in shape. You need to eat correctly. If you're going to exercise, you need enough calories. You can't go out there and exercise on a cup of coffee. It's not good for you. Your body, it breaks down muscle before it breaks down fat. So you just got to make sure that you're getting a nice healthy breakfast. You're getting plenty of fluids. You'll see when I'm doing my full workouts that I have, a thing of water with me all the time, and I'll drink one of these during the workout, drink one on the way home. Hydration will also prevent a lot of bad things from happening to you at night. I got 7 people in, 13 thumbs up. If I get to 20, that would be great. Can't get enough water. I can't get enough milk. The Fairlife milk is good because there's no lactose in it. So if you're lactose intolerant, that's a good thing for you. Yeah, coffee was fine, but you got to have breakfast with it. And coffee is a dehydrator. After your coffee, you're going to the bathroom. Sometimes twice, if you know what I mean. So you need to have water, especially at night. You want to try to drink 16 ounces of water before you go to bed. get your blood to loosen up a little bit. It's a great way to prevent a heart attack. Drink a glass of water before you go to bed. These are simple things that people forget. Even myself, I have to remind myself, I need to do that. They didn't have any water. Let me go get some. Midtown, hey, thanks for coming in. I got 14 thumbs up. Let's keep going on that. I appreciate everybody popping in here. I usually don't eat until the afternoon. I really don't eat enough calories. So what I do, Nature Grow, when I first get up, I go and I have about 16 ounces of milk. And it's the Fairlife milk, so there's 26 grams of protein and about 200 calories right there. Goes down quick. It's easy to do. If there's like a slice of bread or some cornbread or something like that, I'll eat that. And then usually I'm listening to John and Prepper Nation. And that's when I'll have my cup of coffee if I'm going to have it. Yep. Yeah, I did. Hey, Barry, I did contact Fairlife again. I sent another email going, hey, I haven't heard from you, but I've converted, a bunch of people are drinking your product. I'm thinking, well, what about some sort of sponsorship? Heck, if they just sent me a big stack of $1 off coupons that I could send to my subscribers, I'd be happy. But 13 grams of protein versus 8 on an 8-ounce serving, half the sugar, no lactose, a little bit more calcium than regular milk. There's just too many good things about it. But your morning bus route, and come home and do my 2-mile walk, then I eat. Yeah, and I tell you, in the Army, we used to get up early and then, we'd go for a run. And then we get done from a run and it would be, shit, shower and shave. And then we go to the mess hall and we eat everything in sight. I usually I start the plate with hash browns and scrambled eggs and grits and sausage and bacon. And then I put sausage gravy over everything. I literally have that plate overfilled. And my buddy Robert and I would kill that. So that would be like 8 o'clock in the morning because we were running at, 5 a.m. Then we'd go down to the motor pool. About 10 o'clock, the chogi truck would show up. So there was 2 cheeseburgers. And then we had lunch. Well, lunch was whatever. It was a regular meal. And we'd have 12:45 formation back down to the motor pool. 2 o'clock, here comes the chogi truck. There's 2 more cheeseburgers. We'd have 16:30, 4:30 formation. We go eat dinner. We go to town, buy beer. We drink beer until 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We'd go to midnight chow for another couple of hamburgers. And we'd do that while we were in the rear area. So, time I got sent out to the field, I'd be like 225, and then we'd be out in the field for 6-8 weeks. And, I'd drop 20 pounds no matter what. But I need something in me. So, because my stomach's really not awake at 6 o'clock, I just had the glass of milk. And then when I'm doing my breakfast chat, that's my second breakfast. So yeah, body beat down. Definitely kicking my butt on cardio. I got to start doing more cardio. I don't do very much of it, but that's going to be one of the other things I change. I don't want to do too much cardio because I'm powerlifting, and that will take away from it. But I do a lot of walking, and I'm gonna start doing more of that. So that might be something I can do in the morning too, kind of get everything loosened up. Once the weather gets a little bit warmer, I don't like to walk out in single-digit weather. Nancy Wonder running 150 pounds. Is good. Medium level work. 2,000, 2,500 calories is the recommended amount. I'm usually about 1,000 calories more, but I'm at 255 pounds, so I definitely need it. And then a lot of times when I feel I haven't ate enough food, I just drink some extra milk because I know I need at least to hit that 200 grams of protein during the day. There you go. I'd switch to the Fairlife milk. It has a little bit more, but you're getting You're getting 50% more. Yeah, bot troll. Yep, boom. Thank you, Harvey. Big leads now. That's right. Really messing with. Woohoo! I appreciate it. Fort Lewis, Washington, in Germany. There you go. 11 Bravo. I was a 13 Foxtrot, so we did a lot of stuff together. When you went out, I went out with you. And when the 13 Bravos went out, I went out with them. And when the armor went out, I went out with them. So, yeah, I'm going for size and strength. And I'll do that for a while, but then I think after Nationals, which is May and that, I might trim up a little bit, just, try to get my beach body, which I don't worry too much about, but it is kind of funny when I do go out to the river and that. I usually have a couple guys in their 30s come up and talk to me and, how old are you? I'm 60, you lift? Yep, I lift. I didn't get this accidentally, like. And it's funny because I got size and strength now, but when I was younger, I was a distance runner. So it's funny how things change as life goes on. So if you're new in the chat, please hit the thumbs up. I'm up to 14. I do appreciate. If you got any questions, just pop them in there. The chat's not, flying like these other channels. We've got 100,000 subscribers. It's pretty maintained here. Once again, shout out to the Body Beatdown. I got him in my chat. You'll give him a look and a subscribe and a like. He's got a lot of videos out there. They're short but to the point. And he brings up some good points. I really enjoy listening to his stuff. There we go. So see, I got they got 9 in there, 14 thumbs up. This is when YouTube says I'm most active. But once again, it's just about fitness, nutrition. Remember, you got to have breakfast. Got to have a healthy breakfast, whether it's at 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. or even 10 a.m. Mask Gaining Guy watching again from Memphis, Tennessee. Keep the videos coming. Thank you very much, Mask Gaining Guy. I appreciate it. If you're subscribed, great. If not, please do. And there we go. Thank you, Harvey. Got 15 thumbs up now. We're doing well. But fitness, besides the gym time, you got to spend the right nutrition, and you got to get enough rest. Oh, there we go. Got some guys there. You're in Paris, Tennessee, Body Beatdown? Oh, I know exactly where you are. When I was stationed in Fort Campbell, we used to go to Paris, Tennessee to the Hank Williams Jr. Bar, which is now a museum. Well, it was a museum last time we went. I don't know if I told you about that before, but I talked my wife to coming down to Real Foot Lake and go fishing for 4 days so I could take her to that bar. And we got to the bar, and the bar wasn't a bar. It was a museum. And I was in trouble. But we did find a nice country and western bar out there. So we get some dancing, so I was saved. But yeah, well familiar with Paris. We used to, I think it was about 40 minutes from Fort Campbell. Yeah, nutrition is going to drive your health. I mean, you can't get healthy on a poor diet. Just like you can't outwork a poor diet. You can't say, well, I ate garbage food, but I'm just going to spend an extra half hour in the gym. It doesn't work that way. You got to have the right nutrition. You got to have clean calories. And if you want to lose weight, just eat a lot of vegetables because you'll burn more calories digesting the food than the food will give back to you. Just finished up blasting chest, incline, decline, and flat pumped up. Very cool. So I gave up decline about 10 years ago because my chest got too big, especially in the lower area, which the decline develops a lot. So I switched to just doing flat and then inclines. Also, I was doing a lot of butterflies too. So when my sister-in-law goes, "You got boobies," then I figured it was time to give up the decline bench. sure I can still do it. I think my decline's pretty equal to my flat bench. But tomorrow's going to be deadlift day. So I'll knock out the deadlifts and do some other small back exercises. And then Thursday is the second bench day. So I'll take, sometimes I'll take a Wednesday off, but I think I'm going to be traveling on Friday. So I'm going to do the deadlift on Wednesday and then bench again on Thursday. And then if I do get the opportunity, I might swing by one of the gyms in Missouri and maybe do a quick arms and shoulder day. And I just kind of mix it up. And then a lot of times once I get done with my workout, the owner will go, hey, we're doing this, and I'll hop in for a half hour. I did that on Monday. I probably shouldn't have, but it's hard to say no. They're good guys. So what else is going on? Arm day, yep. I do deads on Saturday. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do the deads tomorrow because I'm not going to do them on Saturday because I'm going to be on the road. I just don't see doing that on just not going to be able to do it. I can always throw a couple dumbbells in the car and then I can just do them if I want to. Yeah, thank you. I should get a good workout. I'll be there early enough. 17 likes, 3 more to go. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do. Any more questions in that? Really quick, just if you're considering coffee or breakfast, please have some milk before that. Try to throw some eggs down, or oatmeal, or cereal, or multi-meal, or hey, some oats and blueberries. Get some real calories in your body to kick your metabolism up naturally, and you'll definitely feel better. What's your go-to for fast food when you have to? Ugh. God, I hate doing that. Yep. The Egg McMuffin is probably my go-to. Whether it's a sausage, egg, biscuit, and that. But a lot of times I'll stop at a Casey's store and get their egg and sausage biscuit. And it seems to go down a little bit better than Mickey D's. I mean, the only advantage of Mickey D's, it's the same crappy food everywhere. Tastes like crap in Tennessee, tastes the same crap in Illinois, same crap in California. It doesn't change. But yeah, when you're traveling, you'll find yourself doing that. But I tell you, it's last time we went down to Arizona, when we drove, we stopped at a local truck stop, about 12 miles down the road. And, I was just, getting gas and ice and, the last pit stop. And the wife was like, well, you want a fritter? And I said, oh, yeah, get me an apple fritter because, there's a big joke between me and a friend of mine about where's my fritter. And so when I came up next to her, the wife was like staring at the person behind the counter, like, you got to be kidding me. And what was happening, I understand this was Christmas time. And she took the fritter out of the microwave and then she's hacking all over it. And then she sits there and puts it in the container and hands it to us. And I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that. We just walked away. And I told the girl at the register, I said, someone needs to send her home. She's sick. So that's my other fear of when I'm getting food that I'm not cooking is, is how clean are they being there. Yeah, and I don't feel good after eating fast food. I mean, I call it McDonald's orifice food. There you go. So I'm not a fan of it, but yeah, when you're traveling and you're trying to get the miles down the road, do you do that? Sure you do. What I'd rather make some food out. Celtic Roots Farm. Greetings. I worked out doing CrossFit for a while and saw really good results, but I had an issue on how much they constantly focused on legs and shoulders. Besides that, bad form seemed to be the norm there. So, yeah, without getting too much into that, First of all, I'm 60 years old, so I'm not going to do CrossFit. For me to be jerking myself around like that is just going to cause problems. Not that me lifting, 465 pounds is not going to cause problems either, but I'm about form. Yeah, I would say the form first, weight comes second, and they're definitely not about form. So Harvey Black has put forward the Truckers' Freedom Convoy in Ottawa, Canada, and I do. If you're following this on the media, please don't, because the media is putting a lot of misinformation out there. But there's a lot of YouTubers that are live at the scene. Uh, and Harvey, if you could look up Northern Girl Hobbies and post her link there, she's been covering it too. So I don't know if it'll pop up, but I'll type it in for you. She went there and was live on the scene. And she's back now, but she's been showing us a lot of videos where the police are doing unlawful things to the citizens there. So, not that this is a political channel, it's not, but I'm not going to hide the fact that I do support the truckers there. And I anything that CNN or MSNBC puts out there is suspicious at best. Well, they all are, but they all have agendas. But enough of that. But yeah, if you could put Harvey, you get a chance, if you could put Northern Girls Hobbies up there too. She's been covering that extremely well. Yeah, without truckers, we got nothing. You got that right. If you ain't growing it yourself, you need to get it from a truck. I've been noticing a lot of polls. Their chin-ups, pull-ups are absolutely ridiculous. Yes, they are. I stopped by one, God, years ago. They wanted me to join, and I'm watching them, and I told the young man, I said, you and I would not see things the same. But, I don't want to. Got to call everything you hear these days. Yeah, I know you, Carl, you kind of got me on that. I remember long time ago, I shared something about McDonald's hamburgers being made out of worms, and you kind of jumped on me on that. And I went and researched it, and it wasn't true. So yeah, if it's not live, if they're not showing it to you, if they're not doctoring it, I don't know when the news decided not to report news anymore, but it happened. But if you want to see what really is going on, that's one of the channels that I would follow is Northern Girl Hobbies. She's putting some good information out there that you will not hear from the regular news. But yeah, I had a football coach around my age, and he was doing CrossFit, and we were talking about it, and he asked me if I was going to do it, and I said no. I said I think it's too you're going to get hurt too much, And he says, well, you're pushing all that weight. I said, I am, but I got a death grip on that bar. I'm not jerking around. I said, how you feeling? He goes, well, I hurt my shoulder, but because I'm doing it wrong. I said, you're doing CrossFit. You're doing it wrong. Well, I like the guy. On the bench, I have a death grip. I have a death grip on that thing. There ain't no palms out. I had 400 pounds dropped on me one time. The spotters grabbed it and then they lost it. And I didn't have the grip on the bar anymore, and it come down and nailed me, and took me out of competition for a year. So, yeah, that's how I have hold of that bench. It's not going anywhere. You got all bruised. Yeah, CrossFit's not the way to do it. You want to get proper form. If you want to get in better shape, there's 3 exercises you can do that's always going to get you in great shape. It's going to be squat, deadlift, and bench. But you got to be careful with them. If you don't have the form right, they also potentially are going to get you hurt. So then you can always go to the machines. So instead of doing squat, you can do leg presses. And then hamstring curls and calf raises. Instead of a deadlift, you can go to the back machines where you pull them this way, you got them when you pull them that way, you got them when you're pulling them straight down. And you can do those, and those will help you prevent getting injured. And the same thing with bench. You can get into machines where you can just bench and you're supported. And probably not a bad way to start. I'm free weights because, I'm competing with free weights. And with free weights, you're not only pushing the main muscles, but you're also all the supporting muscles are getting worked also. But generally in any gym, there is a machine that will implement that same exercise and make it safer for you. Because if you have a bad form deadlifting and you're deadlifting heavy weights, you're going to hurt your lower back. Same thing with squats. And you can do the same thing with bench. Yeah, there's a risk. I know one guy who actually benches this way, and he's got his palms open. And he does it because of his elbows will hurt if he doesn't have his arms the other way around. But when I would spot him in competitions, I'd be sweating bullets because it just looked like if my squat wasn't right, he was going to eat that bar. So I was always there really close to nail it. But I prefer the death grip. I know a lot of people say you get better push off with that way, but and they're generally the person that are using wrist wraps, which is fine. The one video that, do you like the trap bar deadlift? I do. I use it whenever somebody has it. It's more comfortable. It's easier to get into a deeper squat position with it because I don't have to worry about rubbing the bar against my shins. So yeah, Midtown one, I do like the trap bar deadlift. I don't personally own one, but if I see one, in a garage sale, I'd get it. So that's also a great way of doing it. And then there's also one at the gym where it's just got the bars here you grab, and I use that to do some deadlifts and do some shrugs. It definitely makes it more comfortable. Good questions. These are things where it comes under. Drink all my water. I'm going to have to go get some more. But it comes under proper form. Form first, then weight. If your form is suffering, then you take some weight off. There's too many times where I'm watching somebody do something and they're not going deep enough in the squat. They're arching their butts too high in the deadlift. They're not coming all the way down with the bench. And if they see me looking and ask, I'll tell them, so what exercise are you doing? And they say, well, I'm benching. I said, you're not. I said, I don't know what it is, but you're not benching. Benching comes to the chest. Well, I can't do it with that much weight. Well, then take some plates off. Well, I have a condition with my elbow. And I say, well, can you bench the bar all the way? He goes, yeah, we'll start with the bar. Then add 10 pounds. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing in the gym. You're going to the gym for yourself. You're going to the gym to make yourself a better version over time. How often do we do the farmer's walks? When I think about them, Barry. When I think about them. So, when I like to say I do them weekly, I don't. Probably monthly. I'll grab the 150s and I'll walk around the gym. I have an extremely strong grip. I always have, because I never use wrist wraps. I never use anything to change it. I mean, that's major there. I don't know if you can really see it what's there, but I do have I can't get my hand around my wrist. About not even halfway hardly. So I have huge wrists. No jokes. Okay, so I got 17 in the thumbs up. If you haven't hit the thumbs up already, please do. Trying to get us to 20. But I do the farmer's walks when I think about it. I would like to do them once a week. It'd be a good time to do it. But then because I'm doing all my exercises with no wrist wraps anyway, I do pull-ups. I had a guy who was using wrist wraps to do pull-ups. And I'm like, George, what are you doing? Just pull yourself up. Well, it's hard to do it. So I with 2 fingers started knocking out pull-ups. I said, if you isolate your wrist, it's never going to get strong. Now, there are some people that do that on purpose because they're sculpturing their body, they're bodybuilders and that. And what they're doing is they're taking their wrist out of it because they want to concentrate more to a certain muscle. So there is a time to do it. But in the powerlifting world, there really isn't. Yeah, I used to do farmer's walk when I carried foundation blocks all day. When I was a kid, I used to, get him, Harvey. When I was in construction, and I worked for a farmer when I was 11 years old. I used to throw a bale of hay that weighed as much as me. 10 feet in the air. So not only did I have a strong grip, but I knew how to use my my momentum. I remember when I was living down in Florida, I was down in Kissimmee and working at medieval times. And I was taking care of the horses, and I was doing security during the day. And there's these high school kids. And I was in my 20s. I was already out of service. And then here's these high school kids using a block and tackle and a pulley to get the bales of hay up in the loft that was 10 foot up. And I said, well, why don't you just throw them up there? No, you can't do that. I grabbed it and just threw all 5 bales up there. I said, that's how you do it. So that was always, fun. But yeah, a lot of your construction, my dad was a carpenter. He used to swing a hammer all the time. His grip was just insane. You couldn't stand up, you do that old, and you'd lose. So, but those are all good questions, Nat, and those are things that we want to do to keep ourselves in shape. Hey, Buddy Beat Down, thanks for coming to the stream. Gotta wind down for bed. Stay awesome. Definitely will. We're on the same time zone, but yeah, I'll probably be going back up to bed here pretty long. Yeah, medieval time. Yeah, it has been. So that was back in 90s, 80s. Yeah, that was the only one. They had one in Spain, and they had one in Kissimmee, Florida. And then I think they had one out in California. And then now they have one. They opened up one, and it's been a long time ago, but they have one up here by Chicago. I forget the town, but one of the suburbs of Chicago. Survival Buzz, thanks for stopping in. Hello, how you doing? So we've been at a pretty long chat on fitness and a few other things. We wandered on a few other things here, but go ahead and hit that thumbs up. I'll give you a quick rundown. We were talking about some books I read or read. Going Home by A. American. I think Survival Buzz, if you've probably read this. If not, you should. Celtic Rooks, I enjoyed watching the Highland games. I actually compete in bagpipes at them. Awesome. That's one thing I want to learn is bagpipes. But they had Hawthor there a few years ago, and they absolutely destroyed the competition. So about 3 years ago, and it's on my second Facebook. I have 2 Facebooks. One's a Scottish fitness one. And I'm in there a kilt throwing a big boulder. And that was me. My daughter took me to the Highland Games up in northern Washington. And when we got there, I decided to compete. So I bought a kilt and socks and a shirt. And good night, Nature Girl. Thanks for stopping by. And I competed in the amateur division. Now, granted, I was 57 years old, and the next youngest person I think was like 43. And I think we had like 18 competitors in that division, and I got third. I was really happy about that. And the one competition I won was the, I guess they call it the sheep throw. You got a bale of hay with a pitchfork, and I ended up winning that one. So it was a lot of fun, but was it hard work. As soon as we got done, looked at the daughter, I said, we need to go to a burger joint, and I need a couple burgers, and I need them now. I need food. Harvey, I haven't looked at it because, to be honest with you, I'm not a bodybuilder. But if I was going to be a bodybuilder, I mean, that was definitely would probably be a must read. I mean, Arnold did a lot of things to the industry back in his day. The industry is a little bit different now. There is a lot more chemistry going on in today's competitions than there was back then. But he did have a lot of good ideas, and he was a guy who knew the mental game. I mean, there's a lot of stories about how he would psych out his competitors. Definitely would. He'd get in their heads before the competition. So he definitely knew how to win that. But, he probably wouldn't win one now. But, that would be a good read. I mean, he definitely knows his stuff. He's been lifting longer than I have. But we do different lifts. He's in the bodybuilder and I'm in the powerlifting. Although I did a lot of bodybuilding type stuff in my 20s and 30s, and it was him I was reading up on when I did it. But yeah, Body Beat Down Nature Girl, thanks for stopping in. Cheers. Yeah. So, but me, I'm just about just getting a gym and lift. Just go in there and do something, and you're going to get benefits of it. And eventually, you're gonna discover what you're really good at, and you're gonna aspire to get even better at that. And then you'll realize where you're lacking, and then you make your steps to get better in those areas. With mine, I know my squats are lacking, and I'm recommitting to it. And by the end of the year, I hope to have it corrected. So you're always reevaluating yourself, because if you get to the point where you say, "Hey, I'm happy where I'm at," then you're just not challenging yourself anymore. I mean, I'm not saying you can't be happy. You can be, but I'm always trying to see what I can do to tweak it. Within reason. Like I said, I'm going for 5 pounds more on my lifts this year. Only 5. Uh, when you see me, those weights keep going up every workout. That's because I've already been in those weights. I have benched 480 before. So when I hit 485, that is actually going to be my PR. Oh, and then Survival Buzz. This was another book that I've read a lot. This one's called The Great Book of Amber. And it used to come in 2 volumes from the Science Book Club or Science Fiction Book Club. But basically, it's a series of 2 sets written by Roger Zanley. He did Lords of Light and Darkness, a lot of the good ones. But it's a fantasy fiction, but there are some real life lessons in there. And then, of course, like I said, Going No Home, you're probably already familiar with. If not, this is good reads. This was the eye-opener a couple of years for me when my buddy sent it to me. So, I needed to get my household better prepared, because not being prepared for emergencies is just silly. Water, food, fitness. Do you ever alternate movements for the bench? Dumbbells, floor press, speed bench, whatever? Rarely. But every now and then I will do some dumbbells. Actually, if I wasn't so beat on Monday, I was going to do some flat benching with the 175-pound dumbbells. But I have made my workout a little simpler as time went on. I used to do dumbbells. I used to do rubber bands. I used to do chains. I used to do negatives. I used to do all that stuff. And what I found for me, meaning for anybody else, what I found for me is when I went to the basics, when I just did flat bench, when I just worked triceps really hard, when I worked military press really hard, when I worked deadlift really hard, my bench got bigger. When I did all that other stuff, it maintained, and maybe I'd get a couple more reps, but I really didn't get any stronger. So I'm under the thing that less is more sometimes. If you want to bench heavy, you need to bench heavy. That's all you need to do. And that's what I do. So if you watch my workouts on my lower reps, I'm not tiring myself out. I'm saving that energy for the heavy reps. So, even though on the way up, I could, do 315 by 10, I'm only doing it by 5, I could do 365 by 7, but I'm only doing it for 2 or 3. I'm only doing 405 for 2 or 3. Because I've only got so much energy at my age that when I get into the 440s, the 450s, the 460s, 470s, then I've got the raw energy to press that up. And then I come back down, and then I do that burnout. And the burnout's where the work really gets done. So if I get an extra 5 pounds on my burnout and I get an extra rep or 2, then I know things are going to be good. Yep. Grid went down, and the wife and I had backup food to cover us and the boys, and we're glad to have it stocked up. Yep. And then, Carl, our parents, basically that was, you were supposed to have a couple months food stored I know my dad always had a full freezer and a full pantry. I've always got a couple cases of water, at the house. And I remember I was at the store when these lockdowns were first starting, and I had a couple cases of water in the cart. And the lady in front of me, around my age too, she's like, "What are you buying water for? Don't you have a faucet?" I go, "Yeah, I sure do." So you've never heard of a boil order? You've never lost power? And the young girl who was working the counter, maybe was 16, 17, 18 years old, was looking at the lady like, that's kind of a dumb thing to say. So she went and put her groceries away, and here she come back in, and she got a couple cases of water. Well, the next day, there was no water to get anywhere. This was the only game in town, so I picked up 4 cases. I had 4 cases at home, but I knew it was time to get it. And then, there was 2 weeks where there was no water. There was no toilet paper. I didn't see that one coming. But that's where I had my dad joke. So people were going, "I can't understand why they sold out of toilet paper." And I said, well, this shit started hitting the fan, and people got really, really, really confused about what they should do. So they went on YouTube and said, well, what should we be storing? And if you go to a proper site, the top 10 toilet paper is in that top 10 list. But it's not number 1. It's number 2. That's my dad joke. The kids love it. Diane was still on there. She'd be rating the joy of hearing that again. Everybody's fighting over toilet paper. I just couldn't believe they were out of it. Now I had enough. I usually, when I buy them, I usually buy them by the 20 rolls. So I picked up an extra one, and the lady asked me, "Are you doing that for the lockdown?" I said, "No, I'm doing it because, want to have some butt wipe." Well, so there's a guy who had bought 20 of those. And I said, "And you sold it to him?" So why would somebody need 400 rolls of toilet paper? I mean, that would last me a decade. I mean, I might be full of shit, but I ain't that much full of shit. Lions Fang, how you doing? Oh, I just decided to get on the live chat and have some good, one-on-one time with my subscribers. On a woman's list, maybe. So no, we had 40 rolls, and that's just a missus and I. That's that's 3-4 months right there. I did actually have to give a 4-pack to one of my coworkers because he had 8 people in his house and he was down to a roll. I said, "Really?" When there was 8 of us in the house, anytime we went to the store, we bought toilet paper because we went through it like crazy. Oh, let's not get ourselves in trouble with the women, Gary. Might be a few of them still on here. So, real quick, Lions Fan Gary came on here. Going Home, one of my favorite books. My buddy Robert is the one that turned me on to this one. And my other favorite book is The Chronicles of Amber, or The Great Book of Amber. It comes in single paperbacks. I think it starts with 9 Princes of Amber, and it's a fantasy fiction, but there are some real life things in there. Some of my favorite movies is going to be Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So I do have that. I do like that dry British humor. If you guys could hit the thumbs up and get me over 20, I'd appreciate it. Should have enough people in there to do it. Probably one of my favorite Christmas movies is going to be Christmas Vacation. We have fun with that one. I don't watch much TV, but Forge and Fire is my favorite TV show. And then the series Yellowstone was definitely one that the wife and I watch. That's about all I watch on TV. Mostly I'm cooking, thinking about cooking, working out, thinking about working out. You have a midget in the house. A bidet? You got a bidet? Is that what you meant to say, Carl? That was one of those that clean your butt. Love Monty Python, yep. It's just a flesh wound. My kids and I will be talking that in the one-liners all the time, and we'll see other people kind of get confused about it, But it by far is probably my favorite comedy movie. Well, that would solve the toilet paper part. I've never used one myself, but if I had to, I'd probably have no problem. There you go. So I'm not raising any animals out here. I am on 14 acres. Harvey is still there. We've got another one. But I have a buddy who's got chickens, and I love the eggs, but boy, they poop everywhere. I still do the RPGs. My buddy and I haven't really run it in a while because it's getting a little, I don't know, it's hard to reinvent the wheel, but yeah, we still do it. Planes, Trains, and Automobile, that's a funny one. Yep. You say the downset is key. It is for me, that downset is. So when I hit 340 for 10 reps Monday, that told me that Thursday, if I wanted to, 470 is definitely in my wheelhouse. If I only would have got 7 or 8, then I realized I would not have been able to. So that's kind of my letting me know. So I was really happy with Monday because I hit some heavier sets, and then I hit that real heavy one. And then, where I had hit a set of 10 at 335 the time before, I actually upped it up 5 pounds and got 10 and probably had 11. But, you just don't want to kill myself. Braveheart's a good movie. I like that one. You run a session with your boys, there you go. Are you using first edition or are you using the higher edition ones? I'm a fan of the first edition, but sometimes we'll implement some of the rules of the other ones. Right now, I've got, I don't know if you did any 40K, but I've got my buddy's character running out Khan, which is one of the Primarchs, but it's after the 40K universe. Just kind of, 40K universe is probably gone. It's ancient history, but I just did it to make it interesting. But some of our best series has been just really simple characters. Going through there as a first level thief gets to be interesting sometimes, especially when you're checking for traps. I've lost so many thieves that way. 5th edition. Yeah, so I do have 5th edition books. And I like the spell list better. There's more in it. What's your go-to cheat meal? Mine is 5 Guys with fries. That's a good meal. Well, they have a 5 Guys in Joliet. I do. That was, I think that was 20 years ago, cuz. But and that's how my buddy and I are doing it. Even though we could do it with video chat, we still just do it over the phone. But my kids, I used to run games for them, and now they run their games. I know Cheyenne, has people that she runs the games for. Shayna did before she got married. Yeah, I know John's in them. Rob Roy was a good one. I like the actor, especially when they kill that one French prick. If you're French, no offense. Games through Discord. So I'm just now got on Discord. I'm following a few people there. I just haven't figured the ins and outs of Discord yet. So it's still a learning process for me. And right now, my character is was a shipwreck. He's now on a larger ship, and he's kind of the jack of all trades. We just started with him, so we just did the background with him yet. We'll see where that goes. Just trying to fit all those things in there. But 21 thumbs up. Appreciate it. We've hit our goal. I've been on here for a little bit over an hour. I am having fun, but I think I am going to have to go and get my 6 hours of sleep so I can sit there and get back at it. Everybody, thanks for stopping in. If you're not subscribed, please do so, but I'm pretty sure everybody here is. Yeah, I've got Discord down, and I think I'm with, like, there's a few preppers I'm with there, but I haven't figured out how to maneuver through it yet, so I'll work on that one. Yeah, that was him, Liam Neeson. Everybody have a blessed night and that. Remember, I do have memberships available. The first two are the ones I really go for. I tried to see if I could adjust the price on the third level, but I can't, so I'm just going to ignore that one. First level gets you t-shirts. Second level gets you the opportunity to email or do video chat with me for any sort of help on nutrition, or meal plans or workout plans. And that's kind of where I want my channel to go. We actually just butchered 2 of our pigs. Ooh, I like pork. There you go. That is really nice. Chickens we raise, we have a 20 by 100 greenhouse for veggies. Yep. So I was in the process of building a greenhouse. I got the frame out there. I just don't. The panels all of a sudden disappeared. I had enough panels to do my deck, but they went from $17 a panel to 34, and now you can't even get them. So that's kind of holding me up on the panels. But yeah, I do like having the pigs and all that. Like I said, I might start doing some chickens. We'll see. They make a lot of noise, and like I said, I can get them from the neighbors and that. But they'll probably be showing up at the Tractor Supply stores here pretty quick. Everybody, remember, like, share, subscribe. Memberships help me out. Super chats help me out. Anything that you donate goes towards me getting into more competitions and possibly getting better equipment. All right. Thanks for joining in. I had a wonderful time talking to you all. And I'll probably see a bunch of guys on the YouTubers tomorrow. All righty. So I am out here. Thank you, Harvey Black. Appreciate you modding for me.